Formula One drivers live in a world where speed, precision, and luxury are a way of life. These athletes aren't just racing on the track. They are also enjoying some of the most extravagant and expensive cars in the world. From rare Ferraris to vintage Ladas, the personal car collections of F1 drivers are just as impressive as their racing achievements. Let's dive into the craziest, most expensive cars that F1 drivers own and explore what makes them so special. Let's start with one of the most unexpected and quirky choices of all. Kimi Räikkönen, a former F1 world champion and one of the most iconic figures in the sport, drives a Lada. Yes, you read that right. Kimi, the man who has won everything in Formula One, chooses to cruise around in a Soviet-era classic. He got the Lada practically for free from a friend years ago, and now to Kimi, this car is absolutely priceless. It might not be a flashy sports car or a sleek Ferrari, but the Lada holds sentimental value for the Iceman. It's a reminder that not all F1 drivers are obsessed with luxury cars. Some prefer something more humble and unique. But speaking of priceless cars, let's move on to something a bit more typical of an F1 driver. Carlos Sainz, the Spanish driver, has an interesting car collection, and one car that stands out is his Volkswagen Golf. You might be surprised to learn that this simple car, valued at around $30,000, is the one Sainz drives. Yes, Carlos Sainz, a former Ferrari driver, drives a Volkswagen Golf. Maybe he needs something slower to match his current team's pace, right? But despite its modest price tag, the Golf shows us that not every F1 driver spends millions on personal cars. Sometimes practicality wins out. After all, even F1 drivers need a car for everyday life, and Sainz is no exception. But now, let's get to something really extraordinary. The Tyrrell P34. This is not your average F1 car. The Tyrrell P34, driven by Jody Scheckter, was one of the most iconic F1 cars ever created. What made this car so special? It had 6 wheels. Yes, 6. The car had 4 wheels at the front to provide better grip, which was a revolutionary idea at the time. The Tyrrell P34 won the 1976 Swedish Grand Prix, but after Goodyear refused to make smaller tires to fit the car, it was eventually abandoned. The P34 now costs around $500,000 and remains one of the most unique pieces of racing history. But now let's take a look at Kimi Räikkönen's more traditional luxury vehicle. Kimi may have a Lada, but he's also got a Ferrari Enzo in his collection. The Ferrari Enzo is a true masterpiece, and Kimi's version is particularly special. Only 400 of these cars were ever made, and it's not hard to see why it's a prized possession. Under the hood, it's got a monstrous V12 engine that can accelerate from 0 to 100 km/h in just 3.2 seconds, reaching a top speed of 350 km/h. When Kimi bought it, the Ferrari Enzo was priced at around $659,000, but today it's worth between $3 million and $5 million. It's a rare and valuable gem in Kimi's collection. Speaking of Ferraris, let's talk about another driver who has made a name for himself behind the wheel of a Ferrari, Charles Leclerc. Leclerc, Ferrari's adopted son, is known for his speed on the track, but off the track he's also got a car collection that's the envy of many. Among his fleet of Ferraris is the stunning Ferrari Daytona SP3. This car is worth a cool $2.2 million and is fully tailored for Leclerc himself. The custom Daytona SP3 features red and white stripes running down the center and the famous number 16 on each door, Leclerc's racing number. Inside, the car boasts carbon fiber seats with Leclerc's signature. Under the hood, the Daytona SP3 houses a naturally aspirated V12 engine, which can go from 0 to 100 km/h in just 2.85 seconds. This car is not just fast, it's a true representation of Leclerc's success both on and off the track. But no F1 driver's car collection is complete without a few truly exceptional cars, and Lando Norris is no exception. Norris is known for his love of fast, beautiful cars, and his collection is a testament to that. He owns a McLaren 765 LT Spider, a McLaren Senna, a Ferrari F40, and a Porsche Carrera GT. But out of all his cars, the one that stands out the most is the Lamborghini Miura. Launched in 1966, the Miura is often regarded as the first true supercar, It's a true icon in the world of automotive design, and Norris's Miura is valued at around $5 million. This car is a symbol of Lando's excellent taste in cars. If only he could show the same good taste in his F1 career, right? But still, the Lamborghini Miura is one of the most expensive and beautiful cars on the planet, and Lando Norris is lucky enough to own one. Now, let's shift gears and talk about a different kind of car collection, one owned by the former F1 boss himself, Bernie Ecclestone. While Bernie wasn't a racing driver, he's certainly no stranger to the world of F1 and high-end cars. Bernie's car collection rivals that of any F1 legend, and it's just insane. One of the standout cars in his collection is Michael Schumacher's championship-winning Ferrari F2002. This is a car that helped Schumacher win his 5th world championship, and owning it is like owning a piece of F1 history. The last time this car was sold at auction, it fetched an eye-watering $6.6